What's going on, everybody? Stock Jock here, up $5,144 in the first hour of trading. Finished the day up $5,563. So it was a good day overall. Before I get started in the video review, I want to remind you all that I stream live every single day, all my trades live, talking to my viewers on Twitch. The link for that is in the video description down below. If you know Twitch, just search for Stock Jock on Twitch and you'll find me. It's completely free, like I like it, so come on over. It's a great learning tool if you're new to trading, and the main reason is to form a community, help each other find trades, to help each other make money. So without further ado, let's get into the trades. The first one I took this morning was, well, first off, I sold my swing trade of Mara. I swung 2,000 shares on Friday. Bitcoin was making some moves. It gapped up a little bit this morning, so I sold into that gap up. Little did I know it would absolutely go insane today. So whatever. Made like $200 off that trade. The second trade was on Tesla. So let's pull that up. So Tesla, and I'll pull up the web page over here so we can check that out. Let me make this better. There we go. So what I like about, or what I did like about Tesla, is before today started anyway, if my drawing tools would light up, is we were in this consolidation. You can see that on the 5-minute chart. We were in a consolidation range, and it led all the way to Friday. And I told everybody, just watch Friday or come Monday, and if we get a breakout of this range, you're probably gonna get that move. And sure enough, what happened is we gapped up a good bit, So what is this, like $12? So a nice gap. So what I was looking for here on Tesla is, out of the gates, a gap fill into some of this range that it gapped up into, a gap fill, and then go. And we really didn't get the gap fill, and you'll see that when I run this. What happened is, in this first 1-minute candlestick, it dipped down just like I thought it would, but I thought it was going to continue going down, and it did not. And instead, it dipped down and then immediately came back up with a vengeance. When I saw that, I was like, okay, this is my dip and rip. This is my entry. I'm going to take a shot on it. And I don't ever usually go long in the first minute, or 3 minutes for that matter. I like to let the candlesticks evolve a little bit and then take some shots. But this one was a little different. I felt a little confident on it. It seemed, Tesla was hanging out at all-time highs, or it was, doing a little candle over candle in the daily as well. So, kind of breaking away from this area of consolidation on the daily chart. I wanted to give it a shot, and when I saw the dip and then it immediately found buyers and it started ripping again, I went with contracts. So I bought the 520 contracts. I bought 20 of them, and it did well. I held half of them for about a minute, or less than a minute. As you can see, we get that move up here. What I like to do is, I like to take half. Like if I take say I take 20 contracts in this case, I always like to take half, regardless of what the profit is. I want to take half. I want to make something on this trade. I don't want to hold all 20, because what happens if it pops up and then comes right back down? Then I didn't make anything. So what I like to do is, on the initial pop, if I'm in a trade, I want to sell half of what I have, or at least a quarter. And it's usually a half is what I sell, just to lock in some profit. In this case, I bought these at $10.92. I sold half of them at $12.15. So, over $1,000 profit in 40 seconds. So it was like, okay, just get some green on the table. I can play around with the second lot of calls that I had, and it just continued to move up. And I sold into this move up. As you can kind of see here, I exited 5 more contracts at 932 inside this candlestick right here for $14.59. So almost a $4 win from where I bought it from. I sold 3 more at $15.53. And 930, that was inside this candlestick. And inside this candlestick, it started to come back down, do candle under candle. That's usually my profit stop loss. Is, this is candle over candle over candle. This is the first one that went under the previous candle. So that's usually my stop loss or my profit stop loss for the rest of it. And I only had 2 contracts at that time. So a really nice win to start the day. Wow. Okay. All-time highs on Tesla coming up, 508. 508.60. It's 508. Selling half. Lock in the man. That was a crazy move. Right back up. And new highs. Okay. Let's see where it goes. So, let's see here. Selling a little bit more. We got 5 contracts left. Oh man, my Tilray. Just noticed that. Got wrecked. So one thing to be aware of is declining volume as we're moving up. It usually means a reversal. Or a pullback, I should say. First target is this 517. Still 3 more contracts up here. What lovely fill, E-Trade. Thank you so much for letting me know when I filled that. So I got 2 contracts left. First candle under candle. I'll stop out those. 510.72. So there it is. Good first trade. So my next trade was on Tesla again. This is my what I call my 1 minute play or pop pullback candle over candle. And all that is just whenever you have a significant move, that is my pop. So this is pop, 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 pop. And then we go into, once we stop making highs of the run, we go into the pullback phase. So this candlestick did not make a high in the run. So this is a pullback candle. This is also a pullback candle because we're not going candle over candle again. And this is the candle over candle because we broke the high of the previous and last pullback candle. So pop, pullback, candle over candle. So the entry is the break of the last pullback candle, the break of the high of the last pullback candle. So if the high here is $512.62, and we'll just mark it, make it nice and easy. When this candlestick was live, this one right here, once I broke this level, I'm going long. And my goal is the high of the run, which we got, and I sold into that. So I entered in, again, I took contracts, entered in at you know, you could have done the same thing with shares, but you know, it's kind of expensive. So I tend to do contracts on these high price stocks. I bought in at 14.55, sold half at 15.35, and in this candlestick, it actually came right back down. So I actually lost a little money on the second sale. So I gained about 800 on the first sale, lost about 500 on the second sale. So a net gain of 300 overall. 514. Yeah. I'll pull back candle over candle. Want to see how the run here get hit. 514.20. Broke it. We get 515 in the same push. Selling half just to lock in some profit. How was that? This not update? There we go. It's like, how did I not make money on that? Terms like a POLA. Another pop pullback candle over candle setup. This one's got more room to go because the Bollinger Band's out of the way. See how it just come up and met resistance there? This one will have a little bit more room. About 5 seconds. So 5:14.66. All right, pulling back a little more than I'd like. So I'll sell the rest, small loss on that. And I'll just play the next candle over candle. So this next trade is when I start going and giving back a little bit of the profit. So this one, this is a pop, pullback, candle over candle. Decent move. Didn't really rip like the initial rip, but nonetheless, it was a green trade. So again, here we go again, pop, pullback, candle over candle entry right there. Goal was high of the run, which it got. But the only problem is when it happened here, it went pop, pullback, candle over candle. It went up and came right back down really quickly. So I wasn't actually able to get out of this one with profit. Again, I took contracts. I was a little slow on the trigger, so my fills kind of sucked. So you can kind of see I entered in at 1472 and exited for about 6-7 cent loss on 20 contracts. So that was actually a loser trade. And then immediately 515. All right, going long. Oh my gosh, the chase. 91, 99. Really slow on the entry here. Broke it. Selling half. It kind of hit a wall there. Oh, that was a loss on the first half. Yeah, I'm all out. Broke it, came right back down. So this one, again, I'm kind of waiting for Tesla to kind of open up again and maybe push the top of this Bollinger Band up here. So I'm again playing the pop, the pullback, the candle over candle. The problem is this time it shot up, came back down, and it kind of like, oh, here we go again. It's just kind of running out of gas. I need to sell. So I actually got in, got out, held this for about 10 seconds, and lost about $1,000 on this trade. The only problem is as soon as I sold, it kind of bounced off of this red line here, which is the 9 EMA on the 1 minute chart. Came back down, went sideways some more, and then kind of catapulted up into this 520 area, which is really what I was aiming for. It's unfortunate. I lost $1,000 on this trade, but more times than not, if the stock doesn't do what I thought it was going to do, in this case, it push up on this candlestick and go towards 517, 520 area, more times than not, I'm right, and it ends up rolling over pretty hard. But in this case, it just needed a little bit more time before it went. But my play was, again, the pop, the pullback, the candle over candle entry right here, target high of the run. It got all that and still couldn't go immediately. It actually popped, came back down, and then finished higher. Another sideways candle, and then went. So a little unfortunate on the timing, but that's trading. You can't win them all. Trying it. It's another fail. All right, I'm all out. So that one definitely failed. It's a 1 minute candle over candle. Now it's about to go candle under candle. So I love doing the pop pullback candle over candle strategy on the 1 minute chart, but sometimes the 1 minute chart stops working. So when that happens, one of my key kind of things I look to is the 5 minute chart. Then that's this chart up here. If the 5 minute, my rule of thumb is if the 5 minute chart does not look good, meaning if it's not going, if it doesn't look good in the direction that I'm trying to trade it, and in this case Tesla, I'm trying to take it to the long side. If the 5 minute chart does not look good, I'm not going to play the 1 minute chart. So what I mean by that is during this time we were in an uptrend, 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 uptrend. Here was a pullback candle. I'm not trying to play a 1 minute play when we're in a pullback candle in the 5 minute chart. So as soon as the 5 minute chart looks good again, I'll start playing 1 minute. 1 minute plays again. And in this case, an entry for me is also a pop pullback candle over candle entry on the 5 minute chart. And that's what happened right here. This peak right here is the peak of the 5 minute chart. So what I'm looking for is a break of that peak for an entry. So I took that trade, and normally you want to see it go again high of the run pretty quickly, and maybe not so fast since it's a 5 minute chart, but in Tesla's case, since we're so close to it anyway, I really thought we would get a quicker push. So what happens is I enter the trade, get a good fill, I took contracts again, and it just kind of glides up, and you can really feel that the momentum isn't there like we saw earlier on in the day. So when you see that, you got to be aware of it. And I sold half for about, I entered in at 1587, sold half at 1625, roughly $400 profit. And then the other half I sold as it kind of just sat there for a little bit at 1608 for, roughly $200 profit on the rest of that. So still a good trade overall, but it felt like it was kind of running out of juice. Got about 20 seconds left, 518. 12 is going to be the 5-minute candle over candle. The 5-minute Stokes is extended. 1 minute is currently down. I still think this might be a decent play. I'll try it. Selling half. It's not moving very fast. Still could go, but right back down. I'm gonna get out. So this next trade was a descending resistance line breakout. So the way I drew this was this line to this line. And again, this is on a 1 minute chart. This is just a little 1 minute resistance line. And the way I came about drawing this, and a lot of people don't really know how to do this, and everybody has their own way. Some people might have drawn this. I drew this, and there was a specific reason to it. And it's pretty easy. When this run was going on, this was the high of this run, okay? Then we had another secondary little run here, and the reason why this I call this run over is because of this candlestick right here. We made a lower low. See how it went? It took a step up, but then we made a lower low. So that I kind of make this as a little mini upward move, whatever, and that allows me to create a local high here and a local high here, connect the dots, descending resistance line. So when I have that, I like to play a break of that if it looks like it's going to break this line. And sure enough, we got that break right here. And when we get these breaks of descending resistance lines, I want to see where horizontal resistance is and see if we can get breaks of those. In this case, horizontal resistance is there, the peak here and peak here. And we got that move when I was looking for in a break of 520. I just thought we would get high of day move very quickly as well. So I entered in, let's see, the time frame is 10 o'clock. Let's pull this up again. So I entered in at 1544 on the break here. These are contracts. Again, I'm taking contracts. You can do the exact same thing with stocks. I'm just taking with contracts right now. I can't take 2,000 shares of Tesla. It would cost me an arm and a leg. And that'd be like over $1 million of margin. And I'm just not comfortable doing that. I'd rather play it, just in case some black swan event, I don't know, Tesla's halted for news, and that news is they're going bankrupt, and all their stock is zero. And then I have a margin call because I don't have $1 million in this account, and I would be screwed. I'd much rather just do options and be in it for 30,000 at a time, in and out. So if a black swan event hits, 30,000 is 10% of the cash that I have in this account. So it wouldn't be a huge hit. Anyway, so I play the breakout. I get what I was looking for. Break at the 520. I sell half. So I got in at 1544, sold half at 1631. So roughly $900 profit on the first half. And it just couldn't get to high day. So on this candlestick, it actually came down pretty hard, and that's when I sold the second half for about a $500 win. So it was about a $1,400 win overall. Good trade. But as soon as I sold is when it broke high day, and whatever. But it was a nice trade overall. Can't complain. All right, 519.50. You get going again. Broke it. Let's go high a day, baby. lot of selling at that 520. There we go, 520. Eat it up. Come on. 85, 20, 20 again. Taking hits out of 20. Can it do it? Yes. You go high day? Still in half. What? Oh, how? What? All right, mount the rest. So this next trade is KXIN. This one gapping up big mover recently. Thought it was going to go here again, kind of consolidated, broke down, and then all of a sudden just shot up into this circuit breaker halt. And I don't typically play things coming out of the halts, but this had a good chance to go high of day and really kind of put the hurt on maybe some early shorts. So what happened is this thing opened up and it dropped down. And when it dropped down, I bought. I just did a market order, didn't know what I was getting in at. Actually, I did a limit order at $10. But, you know, it was below 10, so it just filled me immediately. I got in at 975, and it started to come up, and it went green to 990. And as soon as it went to 990, it went straight down, and it came back up. And it looked like a freaking yo-yo. Like, this thing was moving 40 cents like 1, 2, 3, like 4 times in the span of 10 seconds. Like, that's not something I want to trade. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, I could get burned pretty easily on this thing. So I exited half when I saw that for a small win, just to lower my exposure to 1,000 shares rather than 2,000 shares, just because it was moving so fast. And, you know, when something's moving that fast, it could, just as fast as it went up like this, it could come right back down. So, you know, something that would be a $2,000 lose or $200 loser could easily turn into a $2,000 loser or more. So I just didn't like the way it was moving, and I ended up exiting just to play it safe for, you know, roughly a $230 loss. Whoa. Yeah, tried it, didn't do it. Try it again. It's gonna be it. No. Tried it twice. So this was a short on Zoom, and Zoom had made a pretty nasty drop out of the gates here. Created a local low, had a bounce, came back down again, created another local low, bounce, and you just kind of had this kind of like descending triangle feel to it. You know, with some support through here, and I just really felt like if this little downward peak broke, I would get a flush down the low day and then probably continuation in a bigger way. The only problem is that didn't happen. So I went short again. So I, you know, like I was talking about pop, pullback, candle over candle. If you're planning on selling on the upside, same thing on the downside. Drop, bounce, and then candle under candle. So in this case, it was drop, bounce, and candle under candle right here. Oops. So I went short right there, right at this break, and it almost worked out. I got what I was looking for initially, the low of the run. Problem is it stopped right here, right before it headed towards this guy right here. And I really do think that if that broke, Zoom would have had a pretty nice flush and I would have made a lot of money, but it didn't. Instead, what happened is it came down here and then buyers out of nowhere just, and then it went candle over candle and just shot straight up $2. So when I saw that, when I saw this bounce happen, and I took puts on this because, you know, Zoom's 420 some odd dollars. I can't take 2,000 shares short of this. So I took puts. I went short 1377 with 20 contracts. Was thinking I was going to do really well until it started to bounce. And as it started to bounce, I was like, nope. We're breaking this diagonal to the upside now. This is looking like a bear trap. I'm going to get out. I covered for about a $400 loss on the first lot, about a $500 loss second lot, $900 loss overall. And just random buyers come out of nowhere on this thing. So this is candle under candle under candle on the 5 minutes, really not breaking down. I still think it's because of this level. I'm gonna try it here. I feel like this is broke this level. No. Reclaim 420 way too easily. I'm gonna get out of this. So now it's almost a double bottom. So this next trade on Tesla was pretty weak trade by me. I'm not too proud of this one. This is a pop, a pullback, and a pop, pullback, candle over candle setup right here on this candle right here. And I got the candle over candle. The problem is it only moved 9 cents in the uptrend. And when you go candle over candle, especially on a stock like Tesla, you better get more than 9 cents. You know, I was looking for about a $1 move pretty quickly to the high of this peak anyway. And, you know, the big thing, again, what I was kind of looking for as well is maybe a potential break of some of these horizontals here from this peak and maybe a high day. But like I said, the problem is I got the candle over candle, and you'll see it when I run it. What happens is I get the candle over candle and then immediately just sells off. And in that case, if it goes candle under candle, it's probably pretty bearish, and it could move, you know, down to the low of the previous run, which would have been down here, and definitely I'm getting out for that case. What ended up happening in reality, though, is it just needed another minute or two to kind of just grind its way, and it finally did break this horizontal here. I was not in it, doesn't matter. It lost some money on this one. Again, this was about, you know, an $800 loser, and you know, the trend continues of giving back some of the early gains. 61. No. Damn it. So this is another trade on KXIN, which I think this is my third trade at this point on KXIN, and I go over 3 on this thing. And when a stock just eats my lunch like this one did, you'll see at the end of this trade, I literally have, you know, this is like my full screen. I have a watch list over here, KXIN, what was on it at the time, and I just went, you know, this was KXIN. Was on there. I literally went like this after this trade and deleted it off my list, because there's no way in the world, you know, if the stock is moving this crazy, and you'll see it, you know, this thing moved like 30, 40, 50 cents, like, you know, like nothing was here, and it just whoop, 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 whoop. It's like, no way. So anyway, the reason why I took the trade, you can kind of see, there's a lot of peaks up in this area. And I was just kind of thinking, you break through this level through here, maybe we get a test at $10 and a break at 10 and we get to ripping. And I honestly, for some reason didn't even see that it had already broken $10 and completely sold off. I probably wouldn't have taken this trade. Maybe I would have anyway, because this horizontal here, whatever, kind of led me to believe that maybe it would get going. So I went long. I actually took 4,000 shares on this trade. Got the pop up at 10. I was like, oh, here's the 10 break, and then we're going boom, boom, boom. Time to go blast off. And what happened is it broke 10, and then right back down. And then I was like, whoa, right back up. And I was like, okay, here we go, yo-yoing again. So I cut my position size in half for a small, relatively small, $200 loser on this first lot here. And then I was like, okay, 2,000 shares I could deal with. So it just kept doing this inside this this 1 minute here. And I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's literally moving 40, 50 cents like no problem on a 60 million share outstanding float. So I was like, I just went out. I want nothing to do with this. I ended up closing out the second half for about a 38-cent loss, $760 loss on the, wait, this is 38. Yeah, it wasn't good. 760-ish dollar loss on the second half. So overall, almost $1,000 loser right there. Whoa, jeez. I don't like that at all. So I didn't realize it already broke 10. Shoot. Definitely went on taking this trade. My goodness. Yeah, no thank you. This is off my list. And this, I gotta take that off. Whew. So this last trade was a winner, and it's what brought me back up to over $5,000 in the morning. It was on Tesla, and again, Tesla's pushing near its high day or all-time highs for that matter. And we kind of saw this push up here, and what ended up happening is it kind of created this this descending resistance line through here with this local high, and another tempt. Kind of just, you get rid of this line, you can kind of see, just think of it, there's an invisible line here. What's preventing this ceiling from, for the stock, it's preventing it from ripping it higher? Well, it's this line here, and this is how I just kind of create my my resistance levels. When you see 3 or more points hitting and they all line up, that's a resistance area for me. So in this case, why I took this long is because we were getting consolidation here near this descending resistance line, and I thought maybe a break of it would give us the horizontal breaks that we needed to go high day. So I went long when we got this move up here. We got, let me zoom in a little bit closer so you can kind of see exactly what's going on. So we got this move up here towards the resistance line. We consolidated here, it dropped down to the moving averages and then bounced right back up. The moving averages started to squeeze this area. This is exactly what I want for a breakout. I want to see the moving averages moving up into a descending resistance line. See how they're moving up. Price is bouncing off of these for support, and then that usually gives you your launch pad. So I went long again with calls. I got in at 1545. I got in on inside of this candle here, and when we break this level, I'm looking for horizontal breaks. So this is the first level, this is the second level, and then the third level would be up here. And I just want to see how, every time you break one of these horizontals should give it a little bit more gas to move higher, and that's kind of what happened here. Price action broke this horizontal, moved towards high day. It was kind of a slow grind, and it really didn't rip, which is very un-Tesla-esque, but we did end up breaking high day. And I sold my first lot inside this candlestick here. Sold 10 of them at 1720, so almost $2,000 winner, like $1,800 winner off of that first lot. And then I played around with the second half because I just want to see how high I could go. Again, I profit stop when I get the candle under candle after I enter a position. So this is candle over candle over candle. This is sideways action. It did not break the low of the previous candle. Let me get all this out of the way now. But we did break the low of the previous candle right here. See how that broke the low? So that's when I profit stop out the rest. And the second sell only made me 300 bucks. And then of course, as soon as I get out, it rips higher, and whatever. Doesn't matter. Stuck to my plan. And that's one of the main things is when you make a trade, you have to have an entry plan, you have to have an exit plan. You can't just make it up as you go. You don't have enough time to think about it a lot of times when you're day trading. You just need to know, this is my entry spot. If it doesn't do what I thought it would do, I'm out. If it goes to a certain spot, I'm taking profit. If I'm playing around with the second half of that, I have an exit strategy. In my case, my exit strategy is absolutely candle under candle. In this case, it would have held. It would have been worth it to hold and go, but that's the hindsight's 2020. When I'm in the heat of the moment, there's no way I would have known that. So I just take my profit and move on. So a good part of the morning, or good morning. All my profits came from Tesla and nothing else. It's not typically like that, but when you got a hold of a feeling for a stock, just stay on it. Don't go looking for the. There's 50 other things that moved today, 50 million other things that moved today, EV is one of them. I hardly played it at all today. I made all my money in Tesla, $5,000 in the first hour, 5,500 to end the day. It was a really good day. So again, if you like my trading style, or if you want to learn about day trading, please join me on Twitch. The link below of this YouTube video in the description area is over there. Check it out. Join us. It's completely free whatsoever. So come check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Starting to hold the 9. Try it here. Was it 521? So 21. There's volume. Cracked it. Come on. The bid keeps walking up, so I keep not hitting the sell button. There we go. There we go. Go high a day. $5.22. 20 cents. That's all we need. There's not much there. Oh, now there is. Here we go. Come on. Oh, you're killing me if you're gonna just stop right there. Second attempt. There's not much there. Like, why aren't we just running through this? About as bullish as it gets. How's it not going? There we go. There we go. There we go. Taking some profit. Still half. Locking some of it in. Retested this horizontal, which is totally cool. 1 minute, a little extended. No, don't do that. See if this gets eaten up. Eat it up. All right, good, good. Now we have a 1 minute play. No, not really, but close enough. Hey, back up there. All right, covering up the wrist. I don't know what that was. Looked away for a half second. All right, first hour's in the bag. $5,144.